The world's a dangerous place. Get the industry's original and most trusted laser sighting system from Crimson Trace. A laser and light systems will enhance your effectiveness and help keep you and your family out of harm's way.
Broadcasting nationwide, this is Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. Your views, advice, and questions are the driving force of gun talk. Call Tom now at 866-TALK-GUN. That's 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Or reach out to us via email at tom@guntalk.com. Let us know what you think about the gun-related issues of the day. Now, here's Tom Gresham.
All right, having some fun today. Getting to talk about, well, guns, ammo, optics, stuff. Had an email from somebody said, I want to know, Justin says, I want to know, we're traveling with my family and I want to take my XDS 9mm with me. Said, will the Springfield XDS case be okay to check in with my baggage? If the case, I'm trying to remember the XDS case. Yeah, I think it's got places you can padlock it. You can padlock the case, and then what I would do is I would then put that case inside of my suitcase. Then when you go to the ticket counter and you announce that you have, what you want to do is say, don't say, hey, I got a gun. It's a lot better if you just say, I need the form to declare a firearm. I need the form. They'll hand you the form. You'll unlock the case. You'll sign this little card. You stick it inside the gun case, then close it up and put it inside your suitcase, and then shouldn't be a problem. Check the airline. On their website, it will tell you whether or not you can have ammo in the same case. But I think in this case, you could have ammo in your suitcase, but not in the gun case, and that would be okay. In case you don't know, when you're taking ammo on the airlines, it needs to be in the original box, not in a magazine, and not loose. It needs to be like in a real ammo box, a cardboard box that your ammo came in. Then you can reload your magazines when you get there, okay? So anyway, that's the dealio there. All right, let me, before we get to our guest here, let me get Ed, who's been on hold for a little while. He's on line 4. Hey, Ed, welcome to Gun Talk.
Hey, Mr. Gresham, it's an honor to talk to you, sir.
Glad you're here.
I'm in Ohio. I'm in Toledo, Ohio. And what I do when I vote, I always use my Ohio CCW card as ID. And I run into some problems with that because, for one thing, they think I'm armed. The first time I use it, the guy said, you can't have a gun in here. And I said, it's in the truck, man. Relax. And they, I tell them it's a state-issued ID. And they look at it, and they look through their book and say, yeah, we can take it. And, I generally reelect nobody, and I vote against all the money issues. But I realize this time this election is very important to us as a country if we want to defeat Obama, which I want to. And so I'm going to vote against people. If they're for Obama, I'm going to vote against them.
I think a lot of people are going to go that way this time around. I think that's a lot of the trends going on. And Ed, I appreciate that. I like the idea. When you go do your voter ID, you have to show ID. Why don't we all do that? Let's present our concealed carry permit. State issued. In many places, it has a photograph on it, your photo. At least try it. I'd have the driver's license as a backup, but I would present it. And, that's part of this deal of normalizing gun ownership. That's part of our mission statement here at Gun Talk, is to make gun ownership completely normal, to make it not extraordinary, but very ordinary. And we try to do that in every way we can. And I think maybe showing your concealed carry permit as your voter ID is one way to go. So, and in some places they may balk at it, but I think it's worth doing. And if the first person does it, they have a problem. If the 10th person does it, they're starting to pay attention. If the 100th person does it, all of a sudden we're carrying a message that good people who vote, responsible citizens, have carry permits. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let me bring in a friend of ours here. Roseann Stovers with Crimson Trace. Roseann has been a friend for a long time. How you doing, Roseann?
I'm really well. How are you, Tom?
Excellent. So, Crimson Trace, pretty much when people think of lasers on their handguns, to an awful lot of people, they envision, in their mind, they see Crimson Trace. You guys have been at this a long time, haven't you?
We sure have. It's actually our 20th anniversary this year. So we've been in business quite a while, and we are the premier manufacturer of laser sights.
Well, pretty cool. Now, you got this thing. I'm looking at the website now, crimsontrace.com, by the way. Condition Crimson. What is Condition Crimson?
Well, as you just mentioned, your mission statement, ours is to enhance people's ability to protect family, home, and country. And we needed to find a way to express this to all of our consumers, so we developed this state of mind, Condition Crimson. Are you fully prepared to fight? We don't believe you're ready until you have a laser sight on your personal protection firearm. So being in Condition Crimson is having a laser sight on your firearm so you can be as prepared as possible when you are in an armed encounter.
Well, of course, we always had the color code from Colonel Jeff Cooper, Condition White, Yellow, Red.
Yep.
And this is kind of building on that, which is if you're prepared, the idea being that if you're fully prepared, you're going to have the training and the tools available to you to do the best job possible to protect yourself and others, right?
Yep, that's absolutely correct. That was kind of the foundation of how we came up with this. If you're in Condition Red, you are probably engaged in a fight, and we've inserted ourselves above that, saying Condition Crimson means not only are you in a fight and ready, but you have a laser sight, and you're going to be as fast and accurate as you can possibly be.
In talks with Crimson Trace over the last year, and I've been up there, we've gotten together. One of the things that you guys have said is, look, we think that everybody on their self-defense handguns should have a laser and would like for it to be Crimson Trace, but even if it's not, we still think you ought to have a laser because we think it's that important. That's an interesting mindset of just saying, this is a tool that you can use to save your life.
Yep, that's exactly our thought. We don't care whose laser you put on your firearm, because as soon as you put a laser on, you're going to see the advantages. And what we've seen is that more often than not, people are putting a Crimson Trace laser on their firearm, or they'll eventually come to us. Our quality, dependability, our customer service. But we don't care how you get started. We just want to make sure that everybody is in Condition Crimson and as prepared as they can possibly be, whether that's our product or someone else's.
I just had this weirdest thought, Roseann. I'm sitting here. You would have no way of knowing this because we are a couple thousand miles apart. I am literally wearing a pistol that has a Crimson Trace sight on it as we speak. And I'm sitting here thinking, wait, I haven't replaced the batteries. And I can do the batteries for life thing that you guys have.
Yep, you sure can. Yes. For those of you who don't know, we have a free Batteries for Life program. Tom qualifies. The majority of our products are eligible for this program. You just sign up when you register your product for warranty after you first buy it. And then once a year, all you have to do is give us a call, request your free set, and we will send it out free of charge.
Yeah, and today is a 1911 with your really cool, I love the Crimson Trace grips for the 1911. You know what I have found? I'm just going to share my personal experience, okay? Because of the nature of what we all do, we do a lot of training in low light, not necessarily dark, but lower light, where I don't care what's going on. Sometimes it's just hard to see the sights. I find, and I'm going to ask you kind of what your experience is, I get a tremendous amount of confidence in knowing that no matter what the situation is, I have options. I can go iron sights or I can go laser, but no matter what happens, I'm going to be able to put some kind of aiming device on the bad guy and I can deal with it. There's just, for me, there's a huge sense of confidence that comes from that. I'm just wondering what you hear from your customers.
That's exactly what we hear. We talk to a lot of people who can't see the sights the way they used to. We are talking to more and more first-time shooters who have not trained a whole lot, and once they see that laser, shows them exactly what's going to happen next. And that exactly what you said, the confidence you get out of that makes a huge difference. And the other piece, I think that sometimes people forget, is that not all of us really want to pull that trigger when you're in a self-defense situation. And what that laser can do is oftentimes deter a threat and mean two people walk away safely. And my personal take on that is that's the scenario I want to be in.
Oh, yeah.
Not having to pull that trigger. And that resonates with a lot of people, I think, especially the new people to this market.
Well, as they say, it lets bad guys make informed decisions.
Yes, that is one of our old sayings. It quickly de-escalates a threat.
Yeah, it's the universal language, the red dot. Or in this case, now we have the green laser, which I dearly love, the green. Those are pretty cool, too. So a lot of options out there. So anyway, I love Condition Crimson. I think it's a great concept. It's educational. It's you got lots of products behind it. I will also mention, and we weren't even going to talk about this, but I got to mention one thing that you guys have put out that I just think is one of the coolest pieces of gear I've seen in a long time is the Railmaster Pro. Because you can stick that not only on your pistol, but you can stick it on your AR, you can stick it on your shotgun. You have a light and a laser. Let me say that again. A light and a laser in one package, and you stick that on your home defense long gun, and you are good to go. That is like one of the coolest pieces of gear you guys have ever cranked out.
Well, thank you. It's been very, very popular, and we think the same thing. It has great battery life. We have two models, one with a green laser, one with a red laser. It has lots of different modes for operation, so it really gives the user complete flexibility on what guns they're using it for and why. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shotgun, rifle, handgun, doesn't matter. It'll go on any of them. If it's got a rail on it, you can stick this thing on it. The Railmaster Pro. Roseann, thank you so much. Always a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you. We'll be doing the radio show from your booth at SHOT Show.
Yes, we will. 85 days and counting.
Yeah, but who's counting, right? Only you, right? Because you got to put the booth together.
I guess so, yes. Well, thank you for having me, Tom. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You take care. Roseann Stover from Crimson Trace. Great company, good products, love them. I mean, well, I'm not kidding when I say that. As I sit here talking to you right now, I am wearing a 1911 with a Crimson Trace grip on it. I hadn't even thought about that before. I knew that we were going to have Roseann on. That's what I was wearing today. Oh, yeah, it's what I was wearing yesterday, too. 866 Talk Gun. What are your stories about range safety, horror stories you've seen? Share them here, 866 Talk Gun.
Waterfowl season is here, and you're pumped, ready, raring to go. But man, those non-toxic shot shells are expensive. Did you know you can reload your own non-toxic ammo for waterfowl hunting? Go take a look at mechreloaders.com. Mech Reloaders have been trusted since 1956, and they have experienced customer service representatives to help you get started. Just go to mechreloaders.com. That's MEC Reloaders.com. Or ask your local retailer.
Hey everyone, I'm Doug Koenig, winner of more than 60 national and world shooting championships. You know what? I'm here to tell you that the only thing I like better than competitive matches with high-powered pistols and better than hunting big white-tailed deer is watching NRA Freedom Friday presented by Cheaper Than Dirt on the Pursuit Channel. It's true what they say. Pursuit Channel delivers the outdoors.
You already know Liberty Safes are great values. Now they're offering an even sweeter deal for Gun Talk listeners. At LibertySafe.com, click on the Fat Boy Safe and type in Tom. Liberty will give you up to $250 off your purchase. Protect the things you value most. LibertySafe.com, click the Fat Boy Safe, promo code Tom, save up to $250. That's LibertySafe.com. LibertySafe.com.
One machine, one operator. Each machine is run by a single pair of hands. Hands that spend all day, every day, learning the machine inside and out. We don't believe in quotas. The point is crafting faultless ammunition, no matter how long that takes. It's not quick or easy. Being the best never is. Black Hills Ammunition. It started with our hands.
The Ruger American Rifle is a 100% American-made firearm that offers outstanding performance at a great price. Available in standard size and compact models, it features power-bending integral bedding blocks, a Ruger Marksman adjustable trigger, a flush-fit 4-round rotary magazine, and a 3-lug bolt with 70-degree throw. Compact models feature a shorter length of pull and a shorter barrel for a reduction in overall length of more than 5 inches. The Ruger American Rifle, another rugged, reliable firearm from Ruger.
All righty, John's been waiting for a long time out of Baton Rouge. Hey, John, on line 3, by the way. Hey, John, I appreciate your patience. How are you, friend?
Pretty good. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm still rocking from that game last night, partner. Man, that was awesome.
I was a nail biter. I'm from Baton Rouge, so I was a little more into it, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. That for those who don't know, we're talking about the LSU game, and for those who don't know, well, why not? Why don't you know? So there you go. It's that important to us anyway. Listen, I appreciate you calling. How can I help you today?
Just to make it real quick, I've been a frame carpenter. I was frame carpenter for about 10 years, and I always carried a pistol. But when I was working, I carried it in my truck because I was with 7 guys that had nail guns, and, you know, nobody really comes and messes with us, I suppose.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got into fences and deck building, and I cut grass and things like that, and I want to either open carry or conceal carry or get a license for both or whatever. And the question is, you know, I have a lot of regular clients, and they wouldn't mind if they saw me carrying a weapon because they know me. And but the thing is, you know, if I have to go give an estimate to a woman homeowner or whatever that doesn't know me, they probably wouldn't be too comfortable with me knocking on their door saying, you know, even though I have my nice shirt on with my business logo and all that, you know, so, and a lot of times I work most of the time without a shirt on, so is there a way to something small I can put somewhere just since now?
Absolutely.
Now it's,
wait, stop. Let me answer the question, okay? Because you're asking me a whole bunch of questions at once. Stop. Let me point out 2 or 3 things. First of all, in the state of Louisiana, there's a huge, huge advantage to having your concealed carry permit. In the state of Louisiana, if you are carrying concealed or you have a concealed carry permit, the 1,000-foot gun-free zone disappears. It evaporates. It's not there anymore. So you can go right by a school. You can walk by a school, not on the school property, but you can go right by a school, walk in there or work in there, and you are perfectly legal with your concealed carry gun. So that's number 1. So you need to get your carry permit. If for no other reason than that, in Louisiana, it's a very big deal. Number 2, I think, and I'll go back to what you said, you're going to walk up to some people and they're going to go, oh, wow, that guy's got a gun. That makes me feel uncomfortable. You'll lose jobs as a result of it. Shouldn't be that way. It would be a bad business decision to do that. Carrying concealed makes a lot of sense. Now, let me ask you a question. What kind of pants do you wear when you're working?
I wear jeans. 2 reasons. I have bird legs, and plus, if I'm cutting grass, weed eating, or whatever, I don't like all that junk getting my legs and tearing my legs up. So I wear jeans, and most of the time I try to wear a shirt, but a lot of times I don't like to wear a shirt. I just like to be in the sun, you know.
All right. Well, if you're going to be working without your shirt, then it makes inside the waistband carry problematic because your gun's still going to be exposed. 2 thoughts. One would be a small gun that goes into a pocket holster, a small gun being like a 380 semi-auto, something like the Ruger LCP, that size, or an ankle holster. And you could either use a semi-auto like that, or you could use a 38 Special small revolver in an ankle holster, which would work for you. So either one of those would be options.
And I do wear roper boots also. So, and I wear my pants over my boots. So
okay, well, that's going to make an ankle holster not work for you then if the boots are at all high. I think we're down to a pocket carry, and probably a 380 pocket pistol is the way to go. Just make sure you use some kind of a holster inside your pocket. You don't want to just shove the loose gun in there. You got to have a holster that protects the trigger guard.
Exactly. Now, I have a 25 to you. Is that a waste of time to carry 25, or is that enough?
Look, if it's reliable and you like it and you can shoot it, and you have good ammo for it, you need good expanding ammo, not full metal jacket ammo. Get some expanding hollow point type ammo for it. I would rather have a 380, but if what you have is a 25 and you're okay with that, that'll work too. So just, be aware that as you go larger, by the way, good point. 25s can be a little bit finicky. So when you put your carry ammo, your hollow point ammo, go out and shoot 2 full magazines through your gun to make sure that it will feed that ammo, because that's the other thing. But man, there are some really good 380s out there these days, from Carr, Ruger, Kel-Tec. I mean, pretty much everybody. Smith & Wesson, doesn't matter. They're just some really great guns out there these days. So do a little shop around. SIG. Oh, have you seen the SIG? Looks like a little 1911. Wow, nice stuff. 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here. Warren's online, 4 out of Fort Smith. Warren, I got 1 minute for you, so go for it.
Okay, got a Taurus PT-22, little toy pocket pistol. Does anybody make a laser sight for that thing? The rail would be half as big as the gun. So.
Yeah, I don't know offhand. I would say go to the Crimson Trace website, crimsontrace.com, see if they've got anything. The other thing is go to the Taurus website, because sometimes they will have information on it there. But just right off the top of my head, I don't know of anybody making a laser sight for it. But you could certainly check the Taurus website, check Crimson Trace. And the other thing is maybe just do a regular internet search, put in Taurus PT-22 laser, and Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, one of the search engines to see what comes up. Hey, Don, don't go anywhere. We're going to get to you next. Kyle, we're going to get to you, but we do have room for another caller. If you'd like to join us, 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here. I'm Tom Gresham. Check it out, guntalk.com. We'll be right back with more.
Tom Gresham's Gun Talk is broadcast nationwide every Sunday. If you can't hear Gun Talk where you live, call your local talk format station and clue them in on Gun Talk. Stay tuned. We're coming right back. Now broadcasting nationwide on radio, via satellite, and through downloads, iTunes, the Gun Talk app, and other podcast clients. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
Back with you, 866-TALK-GUN to get you in there. We got a lot of calls, and we're going to run to them right now. But, if you'd like to join us, by all means do. Just call us, 866-TALK-GUN. We'll get you in there. Don's with us. Hey, Don, I appreciate your patience so much. Line 1 out of Medford, Oregon. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, Tom. It's good to talk to you. I've been talking to you since 1989.
Holy
and
cow,
it's always
man.
a pleasure.
That goes. We go way back then, don't we?
I know. I'm very old. I was calling you about with a gunroom report on the Lyman Turbosonic.
Okay.
The Sonic cleaner. I've never had anything work so well right out of the box. I can clean 1,300 9mm cases, and they come out sparkling clean, inside and the primer pockets. And when you're done, there's no little Easter eggs of tumbling media to surprise you when you're working with cases, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah. When you use ground up walnut, that kind of a thing, you can end up with stuff. So what liquid are you using in here?
Oh, it's really good, Simple Green.
Really? Interesting. Now, one thing to know about Simple Green, if you're doing gun parts, Simple Green is corrosive. And you especially do not want to use Simple Green on aluminum parts, but anything you use Simple Green on, you really want to make sure you get it off of there. So just be aware that Simple Green, in fact, in the aviation world, we are told to never put Simple Green on airplanes. They do have, by the way, an aviation Simple Green that's not corrosive. That's okay to use on airplanes. So just kind of an FYI on that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And Lyman makes a very good product for using with firearms. And they come out absolutely pristine without any oil on them, so you have to oil them before you put them back together.
So what'd you pay for this? What'd you have to pay for your turbosonic machine here?
Generally they're about, this is a big one. I can put 3 full-size guns in there. It runs about $300, but you can find it for a lot less than that. I found it for $225.
And they have smaller ones, like for case cleaners, they're like a little over $100.
That's right. And they work just fine. But I wanted to be able to put the Black Hawk in there and clean that barrel, And it works fine for that. I just keep the aluminum out of the solution.
There you go. You got it figured out. That's exactly right. Well, listen, that is a great report. Oh, by the way, let me ask you a question, Dom. How about using the Turbosonic on suppressors? Have you tried that?
It works like socks on a rooster. It really does. They come out very clean. There's no fuss. You just got to make sure that there aren't things like plastic or nylon bushings or anything like that. Other than that, you're good to go. Okay.
Sounds good. Great report. A range report, in this case a shop report, but I like it. Ultrasonic cleaners, great idea for the lazy among us, me being one of those. Appreciate that. Line 2, Kyle's with us out of Tennessee. Hey, Kyle, what are you doing with this old Smith & Wesson you got?
Oh, Tom, I bought a Smith & Wesson Model 10, and it's, as they say, it's being carried a lot and shot very little. It's very tight and everything, but it needs re-bluing, and I've never had a gun re-blued. And if you look on the Internet, there's several people that do that, but I just need your advice. Do I box it up and send it to some guy 5 states away that I don't know? I'm a little leery.
Sure, I understand, and in essence, yes, that's what you're going to end up doing unless you have somebody local who can do good bluing. And good bluing is an art. While it's not lost, it's fading as far as who can do that. I would say in terms of trying to find somebody, I have 2 thoughts for you right off the bat. One is contact Smith & Wesson and see if they'll do it for you. Because obviously they're the guys. The other, and there's an outfit, Doug Turnbull. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He does the finest firearms restoration work and metal finishing I've ever seen. And it's Turnbull, Turnbull. And if you look at turnbullmfg.com, turnbullmfg, like manufacturing.com, you can see his work there. And yes, you will end up having to box it up and send it to him. And you can send it directly to a gunsmith, and he can send it directly back to you. No dealer, no FFL required on that, assuming you don't live in the state of California, where it's almost, I don't know what the laws are out there anymore. They change them all the time. But whatever you do, whoever you use, get references, call the references, talk to people who've had work done there. If you can go see their work, even better. But if it were the factory, I wouldn't worry about it. And if it's Turnbull, I wouldn't worry about it. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of other good people out there, but those are just the 2 that I know about, just right off the top of my head. So if I hope that helps. And it sounds like you got you a nice revolver. I understand. Let's make it pretty. Those things are delightful. Nice pieces of history also. All righty. You can give us a holler right now. We can line you up. You can get on now. And you can also join us for the after show, which is always fun. Call us 866-TALK-GUN. Just Tom Talk Gun. If you're wordy, even better. We'll really give you some room in the after show because it's pretty much, you never know what's going to happen around there. 866-TALK-GUN.
In November, a few races for U.S. Senate could determine whether more anti-gun laws are in our future and whether your rights will be infringed. Will be infringed. Don't risk your rights. The future of gun rights is in your hands. Be a gun voter. #GunVote. For more information, visit gunvote.org. Gunvote.org.
Gel? On a holster? Wow, that sounds really comfortable.
Oh, it is comfortable. Comfort Holsters puts a luxurious gel cushion between you and your handgun for amazing comfort. Plus, their super soft suede really lets your skin breathe. Comfort Holsters come with a 6-week buyback guarantee and a lifetime warranty. Right now, get 10% off when you enter the code TOM. ComfortHolsters.com. ComfortHolsters.com.
You bet your life on your defense ammo. Get the proven performance of Nosler bullets in the new Nosler Defense Ammunition. Featuring the same technology as the famous AccuBond line. Polymer tipper hollow point. Bonded performance handgun bullets for weight retention and barrier penetration. Available only in Nosler Defense Ammunition in 9mm, 40, and 45 caliber. Also available in 223 with a 64 grain bullet. Visit Nosler.com.
If you carry a gun, you need training. Your concealed carry class was definitely not training. But time, money, and obligations keep you from spending days at a shooting school. The trusted folks at Gun Talk can help. Concealed Carry 1, our DVD featuring the VADA Group, covers what gun, what holster, how to carry, where to wear your gun, and much more. Visit shopguntalk.com. That's shopguntalk.com. Look, this really is life and death. Learn how to stay aware, how to get away, and how to fight if you must. At shopguntalk.com, you can get the 2 DVD set, including Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. No matter what gun you carry, this vital training info can save your life. Learn the draw, the stance, reloading, vital gear from Gun Talk. That's shopguntalk.com. shopguntalk.com.
The new Walther PPX offers a smooth trigger, ambidextrous magazine release, 3 integral safeties, rugged construction, and the famous Walther ergonomic grip. All this at a great price. Right now, get a free magazine, holster, and dual mag pouch when you purchase a PPX. Feel the perfect fit of the Walther PPX at your local gun dealer or go to waltherarms.com for more information. That's waltherarms.com.
Gun, that'll get you in here. Just got an email. Frank says, well, I thought, let me see exactly how he put it. It was great. Said, oh yeah, I thought I was being too regimented. Says, I heard you talk about you always do a press check every time you put your gun on, and I thought you were being too regimented. And I do. Every time I take a pistol out and I'm going to put it on, I check and make sure there's a magazine in it. The magazine's full. And I work the action. Actually, here's what I do. I put the magazine in the gun, I work the action, then I take the magazine out of the gun. Because I want a full magazine in. I've just taken one round out of the magazine. Why would I carry around a magazine that's one short? Then I put an extra round back in the magazine, put the magazine back in the gun, and then I do a press check to make sure that there's a round in the chamber. Now, obviously, in this case, if there wasn't a round in the chamber, I probably couldn't have gotten the extra round in the magazine. But my point is I always check to make sure. Frank says, well, I thought you were too regimented. He says, and then I went to the range the other day, and I went to take my defensive carry ammo out of my carry gun, only to find an empty mag well. No magazine. Which means probably nothing in the chamber. So he was either carrying a one-shotter or a no-shotter. That's why we do press checks. That's why we develop these habits. Here's the deal. You know I'm a pilot. All of the rules for pilots, all the FARs, the Federal Aviation Regulations, are written in blood because somebody crashed, somebody died, so we wrote a rule to try to get around that. All of our safety procedures in guns are written in blood. There's a reason we do this stuff. And it's not because we want to look cool or we are tactical or any of the rest of it. Yeah, for a press check is you are actually manipulating the slide of your gun, pulling it back somewhat so that you can look in and see that there's a round in the chamber. You can reach in with a finger and touch that there's a round in the chamber. Is it important? Well, only if you want to carry a gun to save your life. You want to make sure you're not carrying around an empty gun. And you could do a press check for 1,000 times and everything's fine, and the one time you check and it's not, you go, whoa, I'm sure glad I did that. All of these things we do, being aware of your muzzle, backstop, all of these things you've heard me talk about, every one of these is written in blood. Somebody made a mistake, and we had developed these rules, these procedures, these protocols to be safe. It's really as simple as that. I'm just telling you, this is how it works, okay? Randy's on line 4 out of Texas. Hey, Randy, you traveling?
I'm there. How you doing?
I'm good. Where are you going?
Well, I'm a retiree, and my wife and I are planning a long road trip. Mm-hmm. And I do not have a concealed carry permit or anything, but I just wanted to know my rights as far as taking a gun with me for my protection. We were going to be traveling to the Big Bend area and along the southern border, and not going off into Mexico, but just a lot of places where we might be kind of off camping and doing things like that. And I would like to make sure that I'm protecting myself, but I don't want to get in trouble with either the law or the parks and different things like that. And I just want to know how I can know the right thing to do. All right. You need to get informed. That's basically, first of all, why don't you have a concealed carry permit? I've just never done it. I've always been a little bit more of a fisherman than a gun person, but I do have a couple of shotguns and have a 9mm.
Okay. When you travel, you're going to be inside of Texas primarily, it sounds like. Is that correct?
Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. And then Colorado.
All right, here's the deal. You can't carry a gun. In Texas, you can't carry a handgun openly because there's no open carry in Texas, and you cannot carry it concealed without a permit. So you can't carry a handgun in Texas on your person if you don't have a concealed carry permit. So right off the bat, you're SOL. When are you going to be traveling? How much time do we have?
A couple of weeks. Oh. But now, I wasn't necessarily thinking about carrying it on my person. I just wondered how if I was just taking it with me in my vehicle. Right. I had it under the seat or something like that. Is that wrong?
It's not wrong. It may be illegal, but that's a whole different issue. Man, under the seat's a bad place to carry a gun. You really need to get you some training, partner. I mean, please. Go to our website, guntalk.com. We have concealed carry instructional videos, DVDs. Grab those. We'll ship them right out to you. It will give you a quick education. As far as the legality, you just need to go to the websites of the various states. Also, there's a website called handgunlaw.us, handgunlaw.us, and it will explain the laws of various states. NRA has information on their website. As you cross each state line, you are in a different state, a different set of laws. So you may be perfectly legal in one state and not legal in another state. As to whether you can carry a loaded gun in your car, that varies from state to state. I don't know the law in Arizona or New Mexico. You need to look that up. But in the meantime, you're not going to have time to get your carry permit before you go. But let me suggest you please get your carry permit. Go ahead and make the commitment to get that done. It'll open your eyes. You're getting the hang of it because you're saying, hey, I think I need protection. Yes, you do. We're going to be out on our own. You always are on your own. You're always on your own. I don't care where you are. If police have a great response time, 2-minute response time, that's 2 minutes. Seriously? We're not waiting 2 minutes. It's going to be over by the time they get there. And the cops do everything they can and they do a great job. They're just not there. You ask any street police officer out there, he or she's going to say, you better take care of yourself. Simple as that. All right, when we come back, let's talk about 45 versus 9. That debate will never end.
Join the NRA via Tom Gresham's Gun Talk website and receive $10 off the regular membership price. Log on to guntalk.com for details. You're listening to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. Just because we're wrapping up on the air doesn't mean we're done talking about guns. Stick around for the after show. It's our podcast-only version designed to include all the stuff we simply couldn't fit into a regular show. Call in now at 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, back to Tom.
Oh, yeah, you can give us a call, 866-TALK-GUN. We'll get you into the after show. By the way, just Jim says, hey, I shot him a picture of something. He says, turn around. I want to see a picture of the office. I said, well, I looked around and went, I think there's only 3 long guns here. It's kind of a slow day, but I've got 3 cases with long guns in it right here in the studio. Why wouldn't you, right? Oh, well. Let's talk to Paul in California. He's on line 1. Hey, Paul, I appreciate your patience. How are you?
Hey, Tom. Thank you, and thank you for your show. I never miss it and always enjoy it.
Well, thank you.
Before we get started on the 9mm debate, I wanted to say that I really wanted to commend you about what you were saying about training the right way. They found I'm a former deputy sheriff, and they found the deputy sheriffs that were killed afterwards that they had brass still in their pockets after the shooting, and so they found that because they were training on the range to always save their brass, and so they had to start training to always dump it in the sand. The first shooting I was in, I policed my brass, and they were asking where the brass was, and it was a big mystery afterwards. And I said, well, it's right here in my pocket, because that's just the way that I was thinking,
Right.
So, anyway, what I wanted to say was I know you like the 9mm, and maybe I'm missing something, so that's the reason why I'm calling. I worked at the range for a while, the sheriff's range, filling in there for about 6 months, and we got a chance to test all the different rounds. And I've actually been in shooting, so I've seen the damage from different rounds. I was in the emergency field for a while too, so I've seen the actual damage to people. So this is what I would say about the 9mm. It doesn't seem like, at least back in my day, unless something's changed, is that it doesn't have much bullet weight, so you don't have much stopping power that way. It doesn't have a lot of velocity, where you don't get very good hydrostatic shock the way you would with a 40 caliber or a 357. And so you don't really get the hydrostatic. Also is that the bullet can be deflected by a belt buckle or a piece of branch or brush or things like that. So it seems like also that people that normally get into these shootings with 9mm, that they have to use more rounds to get the desired effect.
Okay, let me jump in, because you've hit a number of different things. And you said, what's happened to change that? And that's the right question, because you're talking about back in your time, yes. What's happened is the ammo is so much better now. It's so much better that there statistically is no difference between 940 and 45 in terms of stopping power. It takes the same number of hits with any of those to work. The ammo, we're using plus P ammo, so it's going faster. We're using good bullets, which expand and give you good penetration and give good expansion. And all of that's basically it's an offshoot of the FBI shootout in Miami, where their ammo, at least they said their ammo failed. And really it was something else, but that's a whole different deal. But it's a great question. Oh, by the way, guess what I'm wearing today? A 1911 45. I like them all. I carry 40s, 45s, 9s, sometimes all at the same time. But statistically, the FBI data right now that they just released like 2 or 3 weeks ago says that there's really no difference between 940 and 45 in terms of stopping power. Of course, they also say none of them stop very well. It's going to take you an average of 2.5 hits to stop a bad guy, no matter what you're shooting. That's why we carry more. Capacity is a good thing, too. Tell you what, if you'd like to get in on this conversation, call us right now, 866-TALK-GUN, 866-TALK-GUN, 940, 45, 38. Why do you carry what you carry, and what do you think about this debate? 866-TALK-GUN. Go out and do some shooting. Take somebody with you. Please be safe.